Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back on Inter Worldwide. It is an absolute pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to be here with you people, with the 6 or 7 of you right now that have clicked the video already. It was a tough one to get motivated for. I'm not going to lie. I've been tempted. I flirted with the idea of not doing this show today, but the show must go on. It's only fair. There's no bias here whatsoever. It's the Serie A Matchday show. It's the Serie A review show, and there's nothing else to do but to do it. Thank you to everybody that left great feedback last week. Thank you to everybody who has been constantly commenting and supporting the channel over the last few weeks. It's true, man. It's true. The misery breeds company. Misery loves company. Like, it's actually messed up. This is how all these content creators end up going viral to begin with. We'll never be on the magnitude of Arsenal Fan TV or the United Stand or all that crap. But honestly, man, this is how fans really come together properly. They seek solace in the misery, and we will get to the misery. We will get to the misery of Inter in the Derby d'Italia that Juventus got 3 critical points for, but we must always start at the top, and sometimes I like to go in reverse order, especially if it's games that I have not seen. And spoiler alert, I have seen nothing on this match day. I have seen nothing. I think I subconsciously just really took a back seat this match day because I wasn't comfortable with the Derby well before kickoff. I wasn't comfortable with the Derby d'Italia well before the weekend started. I was trying to blank it out every single day, and it went exactly the way that I knew it was going to go. I never expected Inter to lose comfortably. I expected us to not do our job properly, not convert our chances, and eventually pay the price. Hello to Rino in the chat. Hello to Gianluardi as well. Good to see you. Let's jump right into it. I don't want to lose too much time today. Genoa 2. Inflicting more pain on Venezia, who are now starting to seep into the 90% zone. What's the 90% zone? Well, you are most likely going to go down. You're probably going to go down, to be honest. I mean, points-wise, Venezia can still put up a little bit of a fight here. But let's be honest. Let's be absolutely honest altogether. Is that team good enough to collect enough competition points to stay up? If you're here right now and you genuinely think Venezia are staying up, speak up. Once again, points-wise, with the form of like the likes of Parma, Empoli, Verona, all those cool cats, they still have a very good chance points-wise, but let's face it, they suck. They absolutely suck. Pinamonti grabbed a goal. I forget who the other person was because I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it right now, like we always do. Big up everybody in the chat. I've got a couple more comments. Oh, Juve Cornercast is here. I'll get to that in a second, bro. I'll get to your comments in a sec. Just clarifying that no one can actually hear the commentary in the background because I am watching the highlights. If anyone can hear the commentary, let me know because that's the end of this channel if that's the case. Perez, not a finish, cuz. Open goal. Open goal for Perez. Misses. Decent player, but like honestly, that's you need to do a lot better than that. Second half, here come the goals. Oh, gee, that was close. Oh, bad turnover by Venezia in dangerous territory. Mediati. Pinamonti. That's on his weak foot too. It's not a bad finish. It's not a bad save, but he didn't score. That's the save there. I think this is the goal now. 72nd minute. Here we go. Oh, Martin saves. Radu, piece of shit. That's a high foot, mate. Yeboah. Perez saved. Man, the goals didn't come too late. Here we go. Oh. Azeku. Oh, no. Right now, Genoa have thrown this game away, but here it comes. Pinamonti. Yo, has anyone seen that goal, Bart? Has anyone seen that goal? In a time where Inter has the shittest attack in their history, Andrea Pinamonti goes and cooks that up. In a time where we've got our shittest attack in our history, Andrea Pinamonti goes and cooks up a finish like that. Master Katsu, bro. We have got the shittest luck at the moment, man. Look at that finish. Bro, that is a perler. That is a... Oh, mate. Disgusting. That's actually disgusting. Top bins, cuz. Corne 2-0. Game, set, match. Points for Genoa. Venezia absolutely muttered. JCC, ciao, Ant. Love the smell of fresh air for Juve. You can suck that fat air, bro. No, I'm just messing with you. Big up. It's great to see you as well. Congratulations on your victory, bro. Nothing but love. Here, man. It was not a game that was decided by dubious decisions. It was not game decided by referees. It was a game decided by a good old-fashioned culture. Take your chances or go home with your between your legs. My brother Nico, how you going, cuz? I hope that jumper's going to good use. It's good to see you here, my brother Nico. Hope all is well. Keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing too, cuz. I'm afraid Oak Tree will turn into like Redbird. Oh yeah, that's coming. Don't worry, bro. We got a bad financial state coming up, and if we're not careful, we will slump more. But the good news for us is that we will know everything we need to know about Inter's Oak Tree situation and how they plan to act in the next mercato or two. If Inter do nothing in the next market, then we're fucked for the next 5 years. If Inter actually stick to their guns and go and make a serious offer for Nico Paz or one of Ricci or Castro, then I will sit here and go, you know what, I will get behind this project of young players that are also playing in the league as well, because I think we can all agree, everyone in the chat, no matter who you support, we're moving away from the age of put stupid amounts of money down for players. We're moving way past the age of offer really, really dumbass extensive contracts as well. So if you can play smart business, you play smart business. It plays to be receptive behind the board. Charles Lucas, my rival and my member. Unbelievable. Love that. Love that. Once again, I hate you all. I hope you do nothing but I wish you nothing but misery for the rest of the season. I hope you lose to Como. I hope you lose every game. I hope you lose every friendly. I hope you lose your pocket change at the bus stop. I hope you lose your bus pass. I hope you lose your napkin at the dinner table. Amadeo, good day, bro. How you feeling today? Much better, cuz I feel good every day. Outside of the inter world and the football world, I feel fantastic every single day, bro. I'm absolutely best. Absolutely best. I'm not putting that comment up, bro. Not at all. But you did remind me what's for dinner tonight, which is good. I did need a reminder of what's for dinner tonight. Udinese get some good points as well. Proper mid-table, meaty curve, as we knew all along. Empoli suck, and Udinese don't suck. At the end of the day, they opened up the game pretty early. I know that Florian Tovan got on the score sheet as well. One of those players that you sort of expect to do better things with his career, but at the same time, he's happy to more sit at a club like this. Anyway, I'm going to catch these highlights as well, if you guys don't mind. Thanks for being patient with me today because I haven't seen shit this weekend. Luca. Ooh, that's a good shot. Who is that? Santi Lovric. I don't even think I've ever heard of this guy before. Oh, that took a mad deflection. Who took that? Oh, Ellenkamp. Of course, it's Ellenkamp. He scored last week. It came off him last. Yeah, it came off Ellenkamp last. He scored last week. Oh, chance. Empoli should have scored. Kwame should have scored. Kwame should have scored. Second half for Udinese. Empoli. Oh, Luca. Close for Luca to get on the score sheet again. Pick up the chat. If all you Juventini want to drop your thoughts in the comments about the game below, because we will obviously get to that game eventually. I've just put it towards the end. The game was pretty tight for a while. Luca. Ellenkamp. Technically, Ellenkamp gets two pretty easy goals by his standard. Like, proper right place, right time thing, man. Well done. Oh, Tovan just thumps it home with a header there. 3 points for Empoli. 3 points for Udinese. No points for Empoli as Empoli continue to be at risk of relegation. They've had some chances this season to move themselves a little bit out of the danger zone, but to be honest, they're just flirting with shitty form. Like, they haven't got a win in over 5 games. I'm absolutely sure of it. Like, they're just proper crap. Empoli are proper crap. They're a Serie B side. Yo, the amount of teams in this Serie A that are Serie B sides this season, pretty shit, eh? It's a little bit embarrassing this season. Let's go to the next game and then we'll cut to the chat. Keep in mind, it is a Serie A show, so we do need to review it properly. This was the image I chose for the board draw of the match day. We've got Monza 0, Lecce 0. I've already watched the highlights of this game, or the low lights, or the no lights, whatever you want to call it. And there's nothing to even report on, like a proper board draw in culture. Alessandro Nesta is back on the seat at Monza, and they did get their first point in over 5 weeks. So I guess they can at least feel as though they edged a little bit closer to safety, because there were losses still on this match day for Verona, for Empoli, for Parma, for Venezia. It's not over for Monza yet. It's not over for Monza yet. There is still a chance here, because 3 points are like liquid gold. We know that. But at the same time, you're very, very dangerously close. They've got 2 wins all season. I know that. I know they've only got 2 wins. They are shit. They are proper shit. And they probably will go down. But the regime and the ownership are not Serie B level ownership. That's the thing. You know, Como and Monza should stay in Serie A. Even though I predicted Monza to go down. Even though I predicted Monza to go down, they're not a team that I want to go down. They're not mooching a living like I say some teams are. Some teams are run pathetically on a board level, like Venezia, like Verona. They're shit, and they deserve to be relegated the same way Cagliari and Genoa deserve to be relegated after years of treating the league like mediocrity. Monza and Como are a little bit more ambitious. They do deserve to stay up. Monza, on the other hand, are just shit in terms of their personnel on the pitch. Their coaching situation was a disaster. They probably never should have sacked Nesta to begin with. But even their players against Monza, when I read their match reports and stuff, nobody really had a good game. They were outshot something like 7 shots to 20. Something like 7 shots to 20. Even though they had more possession or something like that, they were shit. They were still crap. And the thing is, when you look at their team on paper, it's not supposed to be crap. Like D'Ambrosio, Iso, Carboni, Kyriakopoulos, Danny Motta, Pereira, like that team should be surviving. That team shouldn't be last in Serie A. They shouldn't be last in Serie A. And then you've got Caprari, who comes off the bench as well. Castrovilli plays for them now. Gaetano Castrovilli, for God's sake. Andrea Petagna. Palacios is on loan from Inter. Look at me just reciting the Monza squad off the back of my chest. I can't do that with many other squads in Serie A. Like, it's embarrassing. Did they just sign Keita Balde? Keita Balde played in this game. Keita fucking Balde played in this game. All of you talking in the chat, I get it, the derby was happening, but like, wake up for a second. Monza shouldn't be relegated, bro. They are playing awful. They need to win a couple of back-to-back games. Oh my God, Nick Knox has done it again. He's done it again, cuz. He's done it on the Sharma channel, and he's brought his propaganda here from the back. Undertaker WWF thing. Like, this guy is unbelievable. I love Nick Knox, bro. I value this guy so much. What a member of the Inter community. You people don't know what a silent hero this guy is. This Monza team should not be in Serie A, and they should be beating this Lecce team on paper, who off the top of my head, Koulibaly, Gilbert, Kristovic, Pierotti, Falcone as goalkeeper, maybe Ante Rebic off the bench. There you go. There's my little Lecce recap. There's my little Lecce recap of players. Monza need to do better. I wonder if anyone else in the English-speaking cultural sphere is even talking about these teams, is talking about Monza. Anyway, enough of this. Enough of this relegation low-level crap that no one wants to talk about. Yeah, I love it, bro. I absolutely love it. Let's go to a couple of comments before we go to the next few games. Anna Kidzi, it's great to see you here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new, although I do think I've seen you before. We've got 16 people here on Interworldwide, which is fantastic. Let me know if you are new, as always. Juve Cornercast. First half was terrible for Juve. All you guys needed to do was to be clinical and finish, but sometimes it doesn't happen, and so it backfired 100%. 100%. I will go back to some of these comments a little bit later on as well. I feel like the subs that Inzaghi made also affected the game. Subbing DiMarco off was a big mistake. To be fair, bro, DiMarco has not been in form lately. Neither has Bastoni the last month. The substitutions were a result of 2 players who weren't doing anything on the pitch. I know on paper those substitutions look awful. In practicality, I understand exactly why they were made. We are starting to question our depth. I'm not questioning Carlos Augusto, but I am questioning the rest. What's up to my bro, Nick Knox? Thanks for the troll, as always. Thanks for the stream, even though we're still upset about the derby. And this one's going to sting for a while. This one's going to sting. Trust my bro, Anthony Lafleur, to come in with a little bit of input with Monza. What's going on? Want to say that to you, bro. Monza are going down. Yeah, I know, bro. I know, bro, but it shouldn't be like that. Their team, they didn't invest to get relegated. Yeah, they didn't invest to light up the world and have a season where they're challenging the likes of Udinese and Torino and, Genoa for a mid-table finish. But the position that they're in, nah, I'm not buying it, Ant. I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it for a second. You don't put a squad forward. I know they lost Maldini, but you don't put a squad forward with these Porter players. And I don't think Juric was playing as well for them in this game, was he? He wasn't playing in this game either. But he's joined Parma, hasn't he? If I remember correctly. He's joined Parma. Also has Pessina wasn't playing either. Is he injured? Pablo Mauri? Like, I'm just remembering players now off this team. This team's got a squad that should have stayed up. They're shit. He has terrible stats against top Serie A teams. I love Inzaghi, but Conte with this Napoli team is one, and Inter with team. Yeah, I know we're losing 2 points, but bro, it's not over just yet. It's not over just yet. You can tune into my match reaction for the doom and gloom, but let's keep a lid on everything, my bro. Gab is here. Forza Anthony, Forza your damn self. not Forza Inter. See, I've got a petty sense of humor, so I can get behind that shit. Not Forza Inter or Inzaghi's performance, but Inter will have one more chance to get things right and turn the season around at Naples, which is basically like a final. That game in Naples is one of the biggest domestic matches we have played in our lives. The story of Inter don't score when we get our chances and get punished. I actually quite enjoy talking about the smaller teams in Serie A. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. I love it too. And that's why I keep doing this show, man, because I love to catch up. As I keep saying, this is exactly what I'd be doing with my afternoon, with or without this. I would always dedicate one day at least, if not more, to coming into my office, chilling, and looking at all the Serie A results. And here I get to do it with this community, man. Thank you to the 15 people that have stuck around on Inter Worldwide today. Like the video, subscribe if you are new. When Cambiasso came in for Juve, he kept Dumfries quiet. Yes, he did. I was worried about Savona, especially in the second half. Rightfully so. Savona is a bit of a weak link in your side, but to be honest, everybody stepped up to the occasion for your side in that game. To me, I think this loss is worse than the Fiorentina game. It is. Fiorentina was embarrassing, but we knew what it would mean if we won this game. Could have been on top of the league. You know what result is worse than this game, but? And I said it in my the members only thing, bro. The worst one is the 4-4. The 4-4 is even worse than this. The 4-4 was disgusting. The 4-4 is the worst result of the season. Mickey also allowed Juve and Kefren Turam to run circles around him. Not his fault. He's a nonno. And into the heart of the Inter midfield. Yeah, it's not his fault, bro. You're comparing Mkhitaryan to Kefren Turam there. I know it's just unfortunate. Mattia Pessina is injured. Thank you very much for confirming that as well. Let's move over to Roma and let's move over to Matthias Sule, who I think is actually starting to put together some good performances lately for Roma. 14 matches for the Giallorossi, 2 goals. Starting to actually put together some half-decent performances. I still think that Juve got a pretty good deal letting him go for the price that they got. However, that will remain to be seen as the Argentine is only 21 years old. Looks good in the number 18. I think this suits him. I think this is his level. I think this is his club. I think that he's enjoying his time at Roma, and I think that he'll stay there for a little while. To be honest, I actually didn't get to see the goal. I just read the report, so I'm going to watch the goal right now as Matthias Sule breaks the deadlock and comes in for Roma. For a while, it's the only bit of banter left that he's got. So it's reality. Yeah, all right. You live in an alternate reality, you know. Still, in my opinion, the second best coach in the league. Second best. Oh, what a pass from Shomurgov. Penalty. God, Parma is shit. Parma is so shit. Yeah, that's a penalty. Oh, just outside. I thought, well, that's disappointing for Sule. Oh, it's a red card because it's, yeah. Oh, Sule scores the free kick as well. So it gets upgraded to a red, no penalty, but a goal. That's dope. Oh, that is a peachy free kick. That is a, oh my God, run it back. Sorry, man, I'm running that back like 4 times. Run it back. There, that is, oh, that is sexy. That is sexy. That is magical stuff. That is magical stuff. Rest of the highlights. Sule. Shamarudov. Sule. Should have scored there. Suzuki. My boy Suzuki made a save. My boy Suzuki made a big save. Every time I do this stream, I forget who it is. Is it Gremlin? Who is it? One of you's come on here and you knock Suzuki, and I've started to believe it. Big save from my boy Suzuki. Big save from my boy Suzuki. Not the worst keeper in the league. Not the worst keeper in the league. Not the worst. Someone's at my door. 1 sec. Not the worst keeper in the league. Not the worst keeper in the league. Sule scores. Roma get their win. Parma, before we go and check the table at the end. Well, I remember last week they were third last. So they can't be out of the relegation zone. With no points to Monza, with 1 point to Monza, no points to Venezia. They obviously haven't been compromised below them. No points to Empoli, no points to Verona. Parma is still sort of in the same position, I guess. Same position of being shit and underperforming drastically. Yuck. Before we get to that, let's go to the comments. Not his fault, but Inzaghi kept Mkhitaryan on for 80 minutes and kept Zielinski on the bench. What's the deal with that? It is a little bit head-scratching. Fratesi not used. A little bit. Look, the substitutions were a little bit funny at the end of the day. Absolute pearl of Lucas, my guy. That was a peach, bro. Roma with a solid string of results aside from the Milan loss. Happy for them. Yeah, I was about to get to them to the table next. They've firmly stamped themselves in 9th position or 8th position now. The only teams I can see above them that aren't outside of the usual teams are Fiorentina. I know Milan and Fiorentina are very close, and Bologna as well. So, and then you'd probably start the Torino, Udinese, Genoa bracket under that. We'll look at the table at the end of the stream. But I know that Roma's starting to creep their way into a position where they can see European competition. And if that's an objective for the club, if an objective for the club is Conference League and Europa League, I don't know. I haven't asked their fans enough. Maybe I need to bring my boy Adam back on here. My favorite Roma fan. We'll see how we go. That's your negativity rant over. Now got to get moving on to the next one. Absolutely. Got to keep on moving always. Sule is slowly figuring it out at Roma. An absolute brilliant free kick by him. Parma had a decent start to the season, but they fell off big time. Absolutely, man. They did have a good start to the season. Fantastic Serie B campaign. But all is not well at the club. And to be honest, I do think that they are going to be fighting relegation right up until the last day. Boo, Milan. And good market for you guys. João Felix and Jimenez are looking great. You guys in general didn't look great against Verona. Magnan looks a little slippy at the moment. Can we talk just a little bit about Mike Magnan? If we're going to talk a little bit about Milan at all in this video, let's make it a bit about Mike Magnan. Shitty goal to concede in the Champions League, but also didn't look great against Verona. Do you think Mike Magnan has sort of checked out of the peak phase of his Milan career? It might be a good time to test the market for him. It might be a good time to see what teams would drop silly digits for a goalkeeper. Like I'm talking 30 mil plus for this guy. Probably would get you 25, 30 mil. I mean, we got 50 for Onana, 55 for Onana, but I guess like different time. We just made a Champions League final. But at the end of the day, Mike Magnan is still renowned as one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. Felix, Reinders, Leao. Sorry, I'm just watching the highlights again because I didn't catch much of this game. Rafael Leao wasn't great in the Champions League. I think he was a little bit better in this game. It's still, you guys took your sweet ass time. Here's Leao down the flank. Needs to find someone. Musa. That's a good attempt. It's just wide. Yunus Musa. Don't mind this jersey. You just look like Venezia, that's all. Like, it's not a bad looking jersey. It's just for Milan. You look like Valencia. You look stupid. Leao Jimenez, that's a great goal. That's like actually a really good goal, isn't it? Very good breakthrough for Milan. Important points for Milan, because the problem is for Milan is that teams like Fiorentina, have won 3 in their last 5. Lazio have won 3 in their last 5. Bologna undefeated in 5. Roma undefeated in 5. Juve's putting together form. It's too late to catch Atalanta. It's too late to catch Inter. It's too late to catch Napoli. Milan dug themselves into a purgatory-like position early on in the season. Like, they're still chasing down a top 4 finish. It's looking tough for Milan now to make Champions League. It's looking like it's still within their hands, obviously, because we've got a lot of games left. But at the same time, Milan's looking a little bit like they need to keep winning. There's no doubt they need to keep winning. They can't afford to drop games. Otherwise, they're going to get to matchday 28, 29, which is when you look to the back end of the season and go, shit, we need to make up 5 points in 8 games, 5 points in 10 games. That's not feasible. That's not feasible. It's going to be tough for them. Even though they're winning games, I'm looking at their position on the ladder. It's going to be tough. The second best player we're going to be here, Inzaghi out like he did 2 years ago. Nah. That was only brief during that disgusting spell where, fucking up, swear to God, Romelu Lukaku was the biggest problem in the club. Him and Milan Skriniar, Brozovic, all these viruses like Dusan Vlahovic. Look how good you guys are playing when Dusan Vlahovic gets humbled and the club goes, oh, you want to act like that? Well, guess what? We actually don't need you anymore. He's a pussy. He's not good. For us versus Verona, it's another 3 points, even though it wasn't a good performance. Magnan is about to sign an extension, so the club is going to be sticking with him. How old is he? Let's look it up. It's a good stream. 15 people still here. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. If you are new, let me know if you are new. He's 29. How many years have you signed him for? So that's pretty good. What'd you get him for, another 3 years? If you got it for another 3, like, you can get behind that, because then you can get maximum. Then you can get maximum amount of money for him, Anth. Yeah, going to be tough for Milan, Rino, and without Vlahovic very much. It's not even about like playing good. The club that you feel good. You feel good, and that's why you can tell when a player's out of form. That's not a problem. Form is temporary. Class is permanent. Form comes back. But when you're a dick, when you're a shekel, that's when you become a problem. When you become a problem in the locker room, and I think the guy's a bit of a problem. I don't think his form is just the only problem, because you guys are playing better when you don't actually need him. And when you don't need someone mentally, you can dispose of them like a bad relationship. This game, we've got Lazio doing Inter a favor for exactly 20 hours, 24 hours, whatever it was. It was a good game, though. It was a very, very good game. Dia is having a fantastic season for Lazio as well, and I think that he's going to start looking towards, because he's not young. He's not young. He's not old. Obviously, he's not young. I think he's about 5 years younger than me, so he'd probably be like 27, 28 years old. He's on loan still from Salernitana, so I imagine that Lazio can probably make him permanent for a pretty cheap fee, considering he's on loan from a Serie B club. But he's got like 8 goals this season. He's got 3 assists. He contributes well. His finishing is fantastic. His finishing is really, really good. And, Lazio are being led by a squad of like, they're just like, you know what I mean? They're just bitey, bro. They're like Rottweiler dogs, cuz. Like, Lazio are a bunch of fucking dogs. And I mean it in a good way. Not like you're a fucking dog. Like you're a disloyal motherfucker. Like, you're a dog, cuz. You got this bite in you, bro. You got something about you, cuz they got gritty players like Pedro Rodriguez. Like, Diaz come in on loan and has got the good form. Castellanos is just he's just a bit of a baller, isn't he? I mean, he's way more of a baller than I thought he was going to be. Nuno Tavares was out in this game, I think, as well. I think he was out in this game. But Guendouzi is a dog in the best way. Mattia Zaccagni, proper dog. And then they got Isaacson and Rovella for quality. You've got Luca Pellegrini as well. Romagnoli, who's another big fish in a smaller pond sort of dog. Like, if he's the biggest dog in the cage, he'll do well. But if he's not, then he'll underperform. But I'm looking at Lazio and I'm thinking, bro, you just keep on getting points. You keep on getting points when you're not supposed to keep getting points. You were supposed to drop more points by now, but you're not dropping as many points as I thought you would. They're sitting pretty. I know that they're below Juventus and above the rest. So I can't remember exactly what position that is. In my head, that's 4th or 5th. We will check the ladder pretty soon. For Napoli, for Napoli. Motherfucking Napoli. They're just thereabouts. Tati out for a month. Is that Tavares? Out for a month. That's shit. We still have to play the makeup game versus Bologna next week when you guys play Lazio in Coppa Italia. Bro, low-key, Lazio is going to spank us in that Coppa game, I reckon. They're going to spank us. They're going to spank Inter in that game. For Napoli, well, there's a reason why they walked off the pitch not looking too stressed. Because Conte told them, don't stress too much in this match day. Fucking that stupid face of his. Don't stress. It'll be okay. Because Inter will go to Turin and they won't get points. Okay? Okay. And then he walks off with that serial killer look on his face, bro, and goes home and takes his wig off. Fucking Antonio Conte. Oh, my God. The thing is, as Inter fans, we can't be angry at him. It's not allowed. Not after he came here and dug us out of a hole. And there's a reason why he did what he did and acted the way he did, because this is what was going to happen. This is what always was going to happen. You just knew that was going to happen. Oh, my God. Like, why do I know this shit in advance? I hate it. Like, you actually think I watched... Bro, I didn't watch this game live. I didn't even watch a minute. Not a second of it live. I ignored it. I just waited for the ding on my phone, the inevitable ding. And the ding came, and it came for the other side. And I knew it was going to happen because we got ripped in that second half. I did watch the replay disgruntledly, and I turned away a lot. And yeah, I might have had a couple of beers as well. So I didn't pay as close attention as I should have. Inter lose the Derby d'Italia. Juve win the Derby d'Italia. Deservingly win. The scumbags take the 3 points or keep the 3 points at their awful stadium with their awful fans in there singing their awful songs. But I'm not biased. More importantly, Juve get 3 massive points for top 4 qualification in context for their season. The sort of 3 points that you look at and go, just try and stop us now. Just try and stop us now. It's all in their hands. Thiago Motta has the momentum. Their players have a bit of momentum. I strongly believe Juve is going to go on a bit of a winning streak now and start to make up some points on other teams. I don't consider them even 100% out of this title race just yet. I just don't think they have the stamina to keep up with the Champions League fixtures, the Coppa Italia fixtures, and the Serie A fixtures. Something will have to give, and they will just run out of games eventually. But I hate to say it, and I will. These pieces of dog are looking decent for next season. They're gearing up for a decent season next season. But we'll cross that path later. At the end of the day, the title race is still very much, in my opinion, a 2-horse race between Napoli and Inter. And Inter have shown yet again that when it matters most, when you have an opportunity to assert your dominance, you fall short. It's arrogant. It's presumptuous. It's all those words that align with a team thinking that they're entitled to stay the same. Inter is a club that took sideways steps in the Mercato. And when you take sideways steps after you win a trophy or a title, you can't expect to defend that trophy or title in the same manner or in the same way. You were not proactive in the market. You had financial restrictions. We get it. But at the same time, we've seen this story before. Inter has done this before. We are not a club that likes to double down on our dominance. We are a club that likes to believe our dominance could double down on us. That has never happened. You need to be a Bayern Munich. You need to be a Real Madrid. You need to be those see you next Tuesdays. You need to be those C words. You need to be those guys. Yeah, they're shit and they've been shit for about 4 or 5 years now. But when they went on their streak, they did it the right way. They built a dynasty. Everybody, any big club can win a title eventually. But to build a dynasty takes work. Takes the sort of mentality where you can't be okay with going to the dressing room multiple times in a season and going, we go again, lads. No, we don't go again. We die. Inter's not ready to die for the Serie A this season. Very curious to see how they go in the Champions League, because if I see a different side in this first knockout phase, I'm going to seriously start questioning some of this mentality domestically as well. Ant says, my thoughts on the derby is this: you guys lost another mental hurdle. Thank you very much. Exactly right. Physically, we were the better side. We should have been 3-0 up at halftime. We had the better chances. We played the better football. Holy shit, what a comment. Where the hell did that come from? What the fuck was that? Reels, thrills. My guy, come on. Penny Panthers fan, eh? Just like my wife. Colleton, born and bred, she is. Actually, no, she came to Colleton. When she was just a kid. She's born overseas. Come on. Mountie County represent. Let's go. That completely threw me off. I'm leaving that comment up there. That completely threw me off. Well done. What was I talking about? Were we talking about how Jerome Luai is going to resurrect the Tigers up to a top 8 finish? Is that what we were going to talk about? Should we take it in that direction? Are we talking about how Turava's going to get 12 tries this season to steer us in that top 8 direction? Is that what we're talking about? Because we'll talk about that, Reels. We'll talk about that, Reels. No worries, man. All day, every day. Inter bomb another mental hurdle. And can I say one positive thing for a second? Inter's 2 points off first after not winning a single derby this season. 2 draws, 2 losses, 2 points out of 12. 2 points out of 12 in derbies, and somehow, some way, were the team fighting for the title. If we do end up going on and winning this league, I am going to come out and say that there was a part of us that had no business winning this league and defending this title. There was a part of us that have behaved arrogantly, obnoxiously, presumptuously, and thought that you could replicate the sort of behavior last season because, oh, we won the league by 15 points. Piss off. It doesn't work like that. I couldn't be more disappointed in the approach to this season by management. Actually, I could be more disappointed. You can always be more disappointed. Trust me. Gab says, we all know that this Inter wasn't bolstered in the Mercato. Inzaghi and management needs to field Primavera players against Lazio. If we win, great. If not, we miss out on another 2 annoying games versus Milan. 2 more derbies this season in the Coppa Italia. Honestly, go f yourself, man. I want nothing to do with that. And I bet Gabe doesn't either. Like, we're all sitting there going, go f yourself. No way. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. And for the record, don't give them to me in the Champions League either. I'll take Juve over 2 games. I can't believe I'm saying that. Don't give me Milan again in the Champions League either. I'll take Juve over 2 games. Yuck. Anyway, let's move on. Let's pretend that this day never happened. Win for Bologna, I believe. 3-2, wasn't it? 3-2. I didn't actually get to catch that game, but I know that they played half decent. Oh, wait, no. I caught some of this. This was the Biraghi own goal at the end, wasn't it? Let me refresh my memory. This was the Biraghi own goal. I didn't even know Biraghi was playing for Torino until this game. Hey, Ndoye. That's a great goal. Ndoye does it again. Ndoye does it again. 5 goals this season. Having a decent season. Ndoye does it again. Vlasic. Adams. Good save from Scudetto. Maripan. Goal here for Vlasic. Yeah, Vlasic. I think he miskicked it, but he won't care. Goal for Vlasic. I think he's got a few goals this season. No, that's not a miskick. I wouldn't count that as a miskick. Doesn't connect with it properly, but I wouldn't count that as a miskick. Adams. Elmas. Cuz. Elmas, brother. Elmas, bro. What a baller, cuz. He would have walked right into this Napoli side again, bro. They should have taken him back. That's a penalty. That's a stupid challenge. Cesare Casadei, what a dickhead. He's just upset that he didn't make it. Cesare Casadei. Ndoye, 2 goals. A double for Ndoye, eh? A double for Ndoye? That's his 6th goal, isn't it? He nearly got a hat trick. Oh, Biraghi. Oh, Biraghi. Oh, Biraghi. as a senior player as well. See, I still haven't gotten down to the bottom reason as to why he wanted out of Fiorentina. I thought he was like their makeshift captain at some point. What happened? Why did Biraghi want out of Fiorentina so bad? Because even Inter was linked with him. Bizarre. What's going on, Yahya? What's going on, cuz? What's going on, bro? Yassus, my G. Salam alaikum, my brother. How you been? What an absolute G, cuz. Blessed are you. I hope you're good. Keep your head up, bro. We have seen worse Inter. No matter how good we are, we've had more bad errors. We're not like Barcelona, but don't worry about that, bro. Don't even worry about Barcelona. I'm just happy you keep coming back, bro. You're one of my main guys. Thank you so much, Yaha. Good to always see you. Even though we are down versus Feyenoord with the second leg being at home, I think we will go through. Yeah, I think that you will go through. I would not mind facing either you guys or Arsenal in the round of 16. You'll probably face us at this point. It looks like the football gods are doing a madness up in here. Bad result for Atalanta, even though they will be looking at the results from the weekend and going, hey, somehow, some way, we are still in a Scudetto race. I'm not going to focus too much on this game. They drew 0-0 with Cagliari, who got a fantastic point. Just quietly, Cagliari have got 7 points out of their last 15, if I'm not mistaken, which is very, very good for a relegation battle side. Those are the sort of results where 7 points out of 15 moves you out of the relegation zone, which is exactly what they are. I mean, when Ranieri kept them up last season, it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. Can Nicola do the same? Nicola's not an awful coach. I'd say he's going to become a professional at getting teams through a decent Serie A season. I mean, he pretty much is already a professional at that. I forget how many times he's been relegated as a manager. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm sure he's been relegated at least once or twice. Bad game for Atalanta. Very good game for Como. Very good game for Como. And that's the last one of the show. And you know what? Como have been playing very, very good football and have gotten goal from it the last 3 games. They should have got more from Juve. They should have got a little more from Bologna because they were in a real tussle up until a Federa red card in the first half. So the second half just ended up being just a matter of fitness and blowout. Even though Bologna was up 1-0, I still think that Como were in this game until Fabian hit the dagger. But the result, they were better than the 2-1 against Atalanta as well. They were much better because Atalanta needed a Retegui double after Paz scored the first goal. They got their flowers in this game. Paz scored 1 goal. I don't know who scored the other. I haven't seen the highlights. I'm watching him now. Inter need to go all in for Paz. Zaniolo's playing for Fiorentina. The fall of grace is coming. Mandragora. Gossens! De Gea with the clearance. Zaniolo. Good save. Oh, decent chance for Como. Diallo. Gets away from Mandragora. Asana Diao. Good player. Ball given away cheaply by Fiorentina. Use Paz. Paz, the kid is the real deal. The kid is the real deal. It's Nico Paz. Numero 79. He keeps showing it, bro. Nico Paz keeps showing it, bro. He actually does, eh? Nico Paz keeps showing it. Como are showing it. They're showing that they deserve to stay up. Let's see this table. Serie A table as usual. We'll just go to Google. We don't need to be fancy around here. Yahya says, Anthony, remember, Internazionale stands for brotherhood. Is not only about victory, but it's about honor and showing respect to your opponent. The Inter cannot give up this Scudetto. They need to rise. Plug that into my veins, bro. Plug that into my veins. Very well said, cuz. Very well said. All right, here we go. Napoli continue at the top of the table. It's a shame that the good guys, Inter, could not knock them off the top. 56 points, plays 54. Inter with a much better goal difference, though. Atalanta creeping up a little bit in the background, only 3 points behind on 51. 5-point gap between them and Juve. And, all of a sudden, bro, 10 points is nothing. 10 points is not definitive in a Scudetto race. However, it's still a lot to be behind. Juve are on 46. They'll be very, very happy with their recent form and being able to basically put their hand up and say, yeah, we are more than ready to put our assault on the top 4. Lazio, on the other hand, are also there. They're going to stay there. It's hard for me to separate this at the moment, to be honest. It's starting to blur a little bit, and that's not what I wanted to see. Fiorentina on 42. Milan have the game in hand against Bologna, 41 apiece. So the winner of that side will no doubt move closer to reaching their season's objectives. Milan, you've still got your work cut out for you a little bit, despite being undefeated in 4 games, 10 points out of their last 12. Roma, 37 points. Udinese, 33 points, make up the last little middle part of the table. Roma definitely starting to narrow in on European goals. Udinese, at the end of the day, man, they're doing very well to make sure that they finish in the exact spot that they deserve to finish in this season. Genoa on 30, Torino on 28. That caps off where you'd probably call the safe zone at the moment. Yeah, you'd call it the safe zone. We'll cap the safe zone at 12th in Torino. I feel like the safe zone is getting higher every week, and that's not a good thing. I mean, not a good thing for the clubs. It's a good thing for us as neutrals. We love a competitive relegation fight. But really, Como only being on 25 points with the relegation zone starting at 20, that is not safe at all. So we are looking at 13 to 20 at the place. And this is why I love doing these shows, because these things turn out just as interesting as a title race. They're way more interesting than a top 4 race. They're way more interesting than European spots. A relegation battle in Italy always captures everything that has to do with Italian football. It can make or break futures. It can make or break jobs. It can make or break everything in clubs. It can make and break infrastructure. It can make and break different economies. The relegation fight in a city, in different cities and in a country like Italy that stands on a permanent house of cards. Fantastic stuff for the neutral. Como on 25. Cagliari on 25, Lecce on 25. Big shout out to Como and Cagliari for getting themselves in advantageous positions at this point of the season. You'd love to be them. You wouldn't like to be anyone Verona or below. So even Lecce at this point in time need to do more, or they are in serious trouble. Verona, Empoli, Parma, Venezia, Monza. Take a good look and start making your picks. This relegation fight is going to get very, very real. I'm still fingers crossed that Verona end up relegated. I'd actually like to see Monza move out of that bracket, but at the same time, I don't care about them whatsoever. The teams that get relegated will be the teams that deserve to get relegated. And to be honest, the teams that survive relegation might not deserve to survive. You might see 4 or 5 or even 6 teams that deserve to be relegated by the end of the season. And it just might come down to head-to-head fixtures or relegation last day or the last second day. If we just quickly take a peek at the matches that are coming up on this upcoming match day to finish off, let's see if there's anything juicy. We have Lecce kicking off the match day against Udinese. Not an interesting game at all. Udinese don't need the points. At the end of the day, Lecce need this more than Udinese do. A good opportunity here for Lecce to get 3 points and basically create a bit of a gulf between them and the relegation zone. And then they would be able to sit there and go, "Oi, we should be safe now." Parma have a good opportunity at home to get some points against Bologna. If Parma can't get some points at home against Bologna, then you need to seriously start planning for a relegation fight down to match day 38. Venezia, in my opinion, still the worst team in the league, will play Lazio. I expect Lazio to get 3 points away in Venice. In fact, I expect them to get them quite easily as well. Tough trip for Milan to go up against Cairo's Torino in Torino. You know what? I'm gonna be a biased guy here. Sorry, Anth. And I'm going to go that Torino actually shock Milan and we get a 1-1 draw out of this game. Inter host Genoa in a reverse fixture that Inter should have got 3 points in match day 1. I do think Inter gets the points at the Miazza here, because if not, we can start to surrender our Scudetto basically to Napoli and go, well, look, we can't beat Genoa at home, so what hope do we have going to Naples and winning and then playing Atalanta in 3 weeks after that? Napoli have a slightly trickier fixture. They travel to Como 10:30 p.m. on Sunday. They will be rejuvenated. They will be ready to go. Napoli need to win that game because neither Antonio Conte or Simone Inzaghi want to chase the other side in their fixture on Matchday 27. Verona against Fiorentina. I hope Fiorentina win by 6 goals in the first half. Empoli is going to lose to Atalanta because they also suck. Cagliari is probably going to lose to Juve in that game because Juve just have too much momentum and Cagliari still are not a great side. And I do think Roma continues their form and buries Monza as well. Quick run through those fixtures again. Let's have a nice little prediction. I might even chuck these on a multi. We'll see how we go. Lecce against Udinese. You know what? I'm happy to go for a bit of an upset here and just give Lecce one benefit of the doubt. One more benefit of the doubt this season. I'm going to say Lecce. You're going up against Udinese. 3 points mean a lot for your season. Udinese don't need to turn up, basically. Lecce wins this game 1-0. Parma, Bologna. Bologna wins 2-1. Parma suck. Venezia loses to Lazio 3-0. Torino, Milan 1-1. Inter beats Genoa 2-1. Como loses to Napoli 2-1, so 2-1 for Napoli in this game. Verona loses 3-0 to Fiorentina. Empoli loses 3-1 to Atalanta. Juve beats Cagliari 2-1, a little bit of a closer game there, closer than you think, but Juve will get over the line. And Monza loses to Roma by 2-1 as well. That would be my prediction for this. Oops, where am I? There I am. Thank you very much to everybody who came through for today. It was good to do another match day review. Good to do another recap, albeit not great circumstances for Inter. But hey, if we can sit here and do this after the derby, we can sit here and do this any time. If you are new to Inter Worldwide, make sure you introduce yourself. Thank you to all the recent subscribers. Things are looking very nice on the channel at the moment. My name is Anthony. Thank you once again. Ciao ragazzi.